Eben Byers was someone basically born with a silver spoon in their mouth. His father owned an incredibly successful industrial factory in Pittsburgh in the late 1800s, which made the family crazy rich. Eben was a socialite who not only attended Yale University, so he was incredibly educated, but he was also devilishly good looking. And also, while at Yale University, he discovered this passion and talent for golfing. Embracing this talent, Eben would later go on to win the U.S. Amateur Golfing Tournament in 1906. However, later that same year, he inherited his father's industrial company, which he decided to put his golfing career on hold in order to run the company. This ended up making Eben richer than he had ever been. Later in 1927, Eben would accidentally injure his arm. The injury was not severe, but it did cause Eben a lot of pain, and as a way to relieve the pain in his arm, a doctor prescribed something called Radithor. What Radithor was water distilled radium, invented by William Bailey in 1918. Bailey was a Harvard Medical School dropout who claimed to be a doctor in order to pitch his ideas for Radithor. Doctors would prescribe Radithor to patients under Bailey's claim that it had all these health benefits with little to no side effects. However, Radithor was extremely expensive, but someone like Eben would have no issue paying for it. Eben initially was only prescribed to take about a tablespoon of Radithor a day to help with the pain, but he started feeling this energy that he had never had before and started claiming that all these elements of his health were being cured by Radithor. So a year later, he was taking up to 3 vials a day of Radithor. Eben would stand by all of the health benefits of Radithor until one day, his jaw fell off. By 1931, Eben had consumed so much Radithor that the bones in his body began to fully disintegrate. His teeth would fall out just by touching them, and one day the bones in his jaw had disintegrated so much that his lower jaw literally fell straight off of his skull. It was at this time that Eben had stopped consuming Radithor, but it was far too late. By 1932, he was dead. Eben is currently buried in the Allegheny Cemetery in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in a lead-lined casket. In 1965, he was exhumed by an MIT physicist, and he found that Eben's body was still radioactive after all of these years. This is the final photo that was ever taken of Eben.